Yo, what's good everyone? Thank you for tuning in to today's video. As you can tell by the title, we are back again with yet another review, but not just any standard review, we actually have an early up close look at a really exciting release. So before we dive into all of that, I want to welcome back all of my returning subscribers. If you are new around here, welcome to the channel. On this channel, we do release brand new sneaker content just like this each and every week. So if you haven't already, please feel free to smash that subscribe button. Also, do make sure the bell notification is switched on so you never miss a video. If you do enjoy this video, please give it a massive thumbs up. It really does help getting this video out to more and more people, even though you're probably tired of hearing it. And if you do want to find me outside of YouTube, you can find me on Instagram under ACS Sneakers. So with all those formalities out of the way, if we now just go ahead and dive straight in. So just like we always do before we dive into the shoes, let's just take a quick look at the shoebox. As you can see, we get a pretty standard box, all black throughout with the gold Jumpman in the centre, as you can see. Hopefully that will focus for you. If we then just take a quick look at the label, which reads Air Jordan 1 Low Q54, and this is in the white, black, university red colourway. Now this is a UK size 9, as it is a personal pair. Hopefully that will focus up. And for those of you that are wondering, this is only scheduled to be releasing on Saturday of this week in Europe, which is the 10th of July. You might be asking yourself how I managed to get this pair early, and the reason for this is I actually locked into the Sneakers live, and during that live there was an opportunity to cop. Fortunately enough for me, I was actually successful, which I was really surprised about.
I feel so alive!
But it does make things a little bit easier actually being able to get the shoe early so you guys can see exactly what the shoe looks like before you actually decide, you know, whether or not you even want to buy this shoe. So before we dive into the shoes once again, if we just open up the box, on the inside we have that really nice tissue paper with the number 23 on it, as you should be able to see. And then just underneath this we have the kicks. So now let's go ahead and dive straight into the shoes. So before we go ahead and dive into the review for this shoe, for those of you that don't already know, this shoe is actually being released to celebrate the Kai 54 event that takes place in Paris, France every summer. Now, this originally started all the way back in 2002, and it's been an event that's just grown in popularity over more or less the last 20 years. Now, it is an amateur basketball event, but I do think some professionals do get involved to certain extents as well. And every summer, Jordan Brand releases a couple of signature shoes to actually celebrate the event. So in 2020, we had the Air Jordan 6 alongside the Air Jordan 1 Low. And this year, we have once again the Air Jordan 1 Low alongside the Air Jordan 5. So this video is actually a first of first for me. Not only is this the very first time I'm actually reviewing a shoe to celebrate Kai 54's event, but it's also the very first time I'm actually reviewing a Jordan 1 Low. It's also the very first time I've had a pair of Jordan 1 Lows in my own personal collection. So I'm really excited to be doing this review, and I'm not going to keep waffling on. So if we start out with the uppers to begin with, we'll work our way down, and hopefully by the end of the video help you guys decide if this is a shoe that you do want to pick up. So if we start off with the toe box to begin with, now the toe box is actually being made using this really nice premium leather material, and as you can see we do have that standard perforation just like we see with all other Jordan 1s, whether it be lows, mids or highs. The leather really surprised me on this shoe. It feels really premium, it looks great, and it honestly has a really great smell to it as well. It smells like really premium leather, and zero complaints for once, and that's always nice when it comes to Jordan Brand. I'm by no means an expert when it comes to leather by any means, but when you get as many shoes as I do and you start to really break them down, you kind of get a good sense of what's good and what's not so good. So yeah, zero complaints when it actually comes to the leather on this one. But as we then work our way around the toe box through the mudguard, as you can see, we have this really nice all black nubuck material. Now this can also be seen on the eye stays as well as on the heel overlays. And as far as I'm concerned, it's a pretty decent quality of nubuck. Not necessarily the most premium thing you'll find on a pair of Jordan 1s this year, but at the price point, which is £110 for those that don't know, it's a pretty decent quality of material, I'm going to be honest. And then if we do work our way back into the midfoot, we actually have more of that really nice premium leather, just like what we saw on the toe box. Now running through the midfoot panel, we do have this all black leather Nike swoosh, and this can be seen on both the lateral and the medial sides as well. But if we then just work our way to the heel of the shoe, now on the heel we do have this core branding. So on the left hand side we do have the Kai 54 branding, and then on the right side we have the Jumpman branding. To me, it kind of has that yin and yang feeling to it. Not sure if you guys see it as well, But seeing them together, it looks great, and it's actually stitched into the heel instead of just being stuck on. So it kind of adds that really nice premium feeling to it. But if we then work our way back to the front of the shoe and take a look at the shoelaces, as you can see, we have these flat black laces. Now on the lace keeper, instead of that traditional 23 detailing, they've actually swapped this out for the numbers 54, which I thought was a really nice touch to celebrate the fact that this is part of the Kai 54 release. The tongue itself does actually feel a lot more padded than what I would consider a standard Jordan 1 Low. Even though this is the very first pair I've ever owned, I've seen them in person, I've seen them at Foot Locker, as I imagine a lot of you guys have as well. And in general, I've never noticed the tongue to be this thick.
That's what she said.
And then if we do just work our way to the top of the tongue in the center, we do have that all white Jumpman branding. But if we then just work our way inside the shoe and take a look at the ankle collar as well as the sock liner, now we have a combination of white, grey and red, which makes up this pattern. And according to what I've read online and based on what I actually remember from the Sneakers Live, this is actually to celebrate the West African community over in Paris. I always love whenever Jordan brand do actually kind of share different, cultures with us and give us the opportunity to actually see and experience a little bit of what you may not actually be accustomed to. You can also see this on the insole as well, with the exact same patterning just like we just saw. But on the insole we do have a little red Jumpman as well, which I thought was a really nice touch. The design on the ankle collar looks absolutely incredible. Kind of has that monochrome aspect to it as well. I think monochrome's the word I'm looking for. But honestly, it's a really nice detail. The quality of material feels exceptional, and the padding, honestly, the padding on this shoe is unbelievable. Kind of like what I was saying about the tongue of the shoe, the padding on the inside, it feels incredible on feet. I'll be honest, I did throw these on for about 10 minutes before I actually decided to sit down and do this video, and I was genuinely blown away by the comfort on this. If you know me, you know I don't like the overall Jordan 1 feeling on feet. They just don't feel comfortable to me, but I think I finally found the solution. This shoe is just exceptional. I'm not sure all of them are going to feel exactly as good as this one. I'm not sure if they've maybe put a little bit more design elements into it, maybe put a little bit more cushioning into it, but genuinely really blown away by the comfort on this shoe. And then that kind of leads me into the overall sizing. When it came to the sizing, I just went true to size and I went with a normal size 9. That genuinely fits me perfectly as far as I'm concerned. A little bit of room around the toes, but not too much where it feels a little bit off. So if you are looking for any sizing recommendations, I'd highly recommend that you just stick with your natural true to size fit in whatever you were in Jordan 1s. If you've never owned a pair of Jordan 1s before, I'd recommend going to your local stores like Foot Locker, JD, wherever you are, checking out some of the Jordan 1s that they may have, maybe mids, lows or highs. Highly unlikely that they have highs at this point, or even mids, or even lows. But if there's any opportunity at all for you to be able to actually try this out for yourself, I would highly recommend that you do that just so you can understand the best fit for you. But if we then just work our way down to the midsole, as you can see, pretty much just business as usual with that all white midsole. And then switching over to the outsole of the shoe, as you can see, we have a really nice pop of colour with this semi-translucent cherry red outsole. And other than that, I think we've just about covered everything that's worth covering on this shoe. So if we now just go ahead and wrap this video up. So just to wrap up this video, in terms of my overall opinion on the shoe itself, in terms of rating, I'm going to give these a solid 9 out of 10. As I've said right the way throughout this video, I've got zero complaints when it comes to this shoe. The quality of materials is fantastic. The build of the shoe is immense. The overall, everything about this shoe I just absolutely love. It's not going to be a hype shoe as far as I'm concerned. I can't imagine too many people are going well out of their way to actually get this. But to me, this is just a shoe you can wear anywhere, anytime, with any outfit, and it's just going to look incredible. Super nice, super reserved, and it's just a great shoe for any collection. But I'd love to get your guys' opinions on the shoe as well. Is this a cop or is this a drop? Do make sure to leave me a comment in the comment section below. If you have stuck around to this point in the video, I do want to say a massive thank you. If you haven't already, please make sure to smash that subscribe button. Also, do make sure the bell notification is switched on so you never miss a video. And I hope to see you all again in the next one.